What's up, guys? We're back for another SH Figuarts review. I'm trying to play catch up with the Dragon Ball line. I always seem to be a few steps behind with these figures. And today we're taking a look at Gotenks. This is one that I personally have really been looking forward to, just to get another different SAIYAN. Despite the fact that we've never gotten a Kid Trunks or a Goten, I am pretty excited to get a hold of this guy. So we've got him here in our standard Dragon Ball SH Figuarts style packaging. You can see him there in the window on the front with product shots on the front and then running down the spine. And then we've got more of those same product shots on the back that show off the accessories and all the stuff this guy comes with. So let's pull him out and take a look. Alright guys, here he is out of the package, our Super Saiyan Gotenks Figuarts. One that I've been really looking forward to, maybe for some less conventional reasons. He's got a couple accessories that I've been really interested in, but I am dying to dig into this figure finally. So we're going to start with Articulation as always, but after this review, if you want to snag one for yourself, head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link down below. But let's see what he has, see what he can do, and see how he moves around. So we'll start as always at the head, so we can go back a little bit, forward, down, pretty decently. He's a short guy, so that pretty much makes him looking down. You can bobble side to side, rotate. You kind of rub the frills around his neck, around his collar, but not too bad. These pieces here are pegged on the back of the shoulders, so they move, so you can kind of help them allow you to move the arms out and kind of cover the joint a bit so you can kind of get the look to be complete. So the arms go out, they rotate, you've got a bicep swivel, we've got kind of a standard Figuarts elbow there, just about 90 degrees, ball hinge at the wrist, so all the way around. You've got an upper diaphragm swivel here, bobble side to side, backwards, pretty good, but it will give you a little bit of a gap, so watch out for that. And then forward pretty well. Of course, there's a waist twist down there too. Legs go out, they kick forward all the way, they kick back, thigh cut, double jointed knee, kind of ugly, but double jointed, really far back. And then you have got rotation, hinge, and then you've got a rocker down here at the ankle. And of course you've got toe articulation. So it's all pretty standard stuff. Nothing we haven't really seen before in a Figuarts outside of the fact that we've got these little doodads on the shoulders. So you should be able to get him into some pretty dynamic poses, all things considered. As far as the look of this figure goes, I'm overall pretty happy with him. In general, I think he looks like Gotenks, and I don't really have too many complaints in the looks department. I do have one kind of glaring thing. The more I look at it, the more I see it. But he does have a few things to kind of make up for it as well. So in general, I do like the overall sculpt of this guy. I like the fact that these things are pegged on the shoulders, just because, you know, it helps to hide this shoulder joint and it allows you to move those arms out. So it's both functional and, you know, it looks good to me. We've got the kind of turquoise green sash down here with a jointed ribbon. Well, it's not the ribbon, but it's the tie. And then of course it moves on its own. And then you've got more of that green that follows down to the boots. So it kind of ties the look together. He does have shading on the pants. It's not too much, and it's not really the quote-unquote diaper effect that a lot of the other figures have. It's pretty subtle, but he doesn't really have any shading anywhere else. Well, he has it in the hair, but in terms of the body, he doesn't really have it anywhere else. And, you know, you've got all of the plating here, so it looks pretty much in line with all of the other Figuarts that we've seen recently. So I think he looks pretty good. Where I have my one gripe, and it's not a huge thing, it's just I've seen it, I can't really unsee it now, is that the upper torso is molded in blue. The chest is painted, and it doesn't match the ab section here. It's a little different. It's a shade lighter. It's closer to what the face looks like than what the actual skin tone on the rest of the body does. So it's kind of hard for me to not see it. I'm not really sure if it's going to come through on camera or not, but when you got this guy, you know, a foot in front of your face, you definitely know that it's there. Otherwise, I do think he looks pretty solid. I will do a size comparison once we get done taking a look at this guy, just so you can see what he looks like up against, you know, Kid Goku or Gohan or some of the other Saiyans. As far as the head sculpt goes, this guy looks pretty solid. I'm really happy with it. I love the hair. I love the orange at the hairline. I think it looks really nice, and it kind of fades into the yellow. And there's more of it up here as well, because this is obviously where it breaks and you can pop the face off. So where the hairline starts again on the head, you've got more of that. And it's just a nice spiky head of hair. I just really like it. He's got the kind of smirk, the kind of you can't beat me kind of look on his face as his default expression. This is what he comes out of the box with. and I think it looks pretty solid. Nice bright green, greenish blue eyes, and then you've got those big yellow eyebrows. So I don't really have any complaints here. It looks like Gotenks. I don't really have much more to say than that. It looks like the character. I think it fits him pretty well, and the expression is pretty well perfect for his personality. For size comparison, here is real quick Gotenks up against a few other figures, just ones that were easy enough for me to reach and grab real quick. So we've got Super Saiyan Gohan over here on the right, and we've got the most recent regular Goku on the left. And I don't really get too crazy into size comparisons with the Figuarts line because, let's face it, they are not in scale, and sometimes, and well, most often, the small characters are too big, the big characters are too small, and they just don't always line up together, but I think they look good enough. They definitely seem to be a little too tall as usual, especially compared to Goku, who is an adult, and they are both kids here. So they'll fit in general. I don't really mind it, but there you go. I know a lot of folks do care about this kind of stuff, so that gives you an idea of what he looks like. He's basically as big as Gohan is, which is to be expected in this line. Now, as far as accessories goes, this guy has a few things that I have really been looking forward to, stuff that is quintessential to his character and his moveset, and just stuff that happens in the show. So obviously the big one is that we've got the little Gotenks ghost here, and I really, really like this thing. Solid paint apps on it. It's got a stand that comes with it, or at least it has an arm that's meant for it, and then of course he comes with a stand. He comes with a Tamashii base. So you've got the ghost with the kind of frosted blue paint job on the body, on the face, paint apps for the eyes, the eyebrows, the whole 9 yards, and then you've got that translucent blue hair, which is just fantastic. So it's a cool looking accessory. My only gripe about this thing is not so much for the thing itself, but the fact that you only get one, and there's no way to get others. I would love to have more than one of these without having to buy it off of somebody who bought the figure, or heaven forbid, buy a figure just to get that piece, because I'm definitely never going to do that. Kind of like the SAIYAN thing with Yamcha, for example. That same kind of issue. So not so much with the thing itself, but with how you get it. Well, the other big accessory for this guy is the blast effect that he has, or, well, it's not really a blast effect, it's the energy effect. So the galactic donut accessory that he has, that's what this thing is called. It's a humongous big plastic ring that goes around Boo in the show, and it's like a restraint. And it comes with another Tamashii arm, and it has another little connector piece that allows it to hover over Gotenks, so you can have him hoisted in the air, kind of like a Destructo disc almost. And then, of course, he does have a bunch of other accessories as well. So we've got some swappable faces, we have got a screaming face, and then we have got a kind of scared, nervous face with the little sweat drop running down the forehead. Two great faces that worked really well for Gotenks. And then we've got 6 extra hands. We have got 2 sets of hands for the peace sign. We've got a kind of finger gun hand. We've got an open palm splayed fingers hand for almost a blast effect. And then we've got 2 slightly gripping hands with a kind of martial arts slant pose to him. So he's got a bunch of stuff, and in general, I think he has a lot of solid accessories. He really comes packed with stuff, and all things considered, I think he's got a really rounded out accessory pack. The only thing that this guy should have had, and this might be the one overall gripe in general, is that he should have a base form head just to have one. I know a lot of folks would have loved one, myself included. I wish that this headset was just black instead of the yellow. He should have had one head that was black, and then give me the other 2 for Super Saiyan mode, just so I don't have to buy a second one down the road, because you know they're going to do it. So overall, this is a pretty fun figure. It's pretty much exactly what I expected it was going to be. I don't really have any overall issues or glaring problems with him, outside of the fact that the chest is painted, whereas the lower abdomen area is plastic and molded plastic. So the colors don't really match up. That might be my one true gripe. Outside of the fact that I wish he had a base form Saiyan head, I think that's kind of a miss, but it's probably a calculated miss on Bandai's part. Otherwise, I think he has a solid accessory set. I love the Ghost. I love the Galactic Donut. I love saying that. And yeah, it's just a fun figure. I don't know if it's one that I absolutely said I needed a Gotenks right now, but I'm glad we got him sooner rather than later, and I think they did a pretty solid job. So that's going to do it for this look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Gotenks. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.